Oh man, first day I've been on my boosted board in about 2 weeks. Feels great. First time I've actually been outside in a couple of weeks just for fun. But I'm gonna enjoy this ride and I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. Okay, so this video is not about me coming outside or riding my boosted board. This is an entirely different video, but it's just been so long since I've been outside. I wanted to enjoy the sun for a little bit. So I'm gonna see you guys back inside, and we're gonna talk about a brand new product that I just picked up. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So what I have right here in front of me is the Rhino Rov Pro. Now, if you don't know what this thing is, it is basically a motorized slider. So what's the point of a slider? Now, most people will use a slider to basically get very consistent movement throughout a shot. Most people in Hollywood use them, although they have very fancy robotic things that they use, but most of us small timers like myself and other larger YouTubers that aren't on the scale as like Hollywood, we're gonna use a slider. And we try our best to get motorized sliders, although there are drawbacks to having a motorized slider, noise being one of them. But these are probably one of the best things you could pick up to change a scene and make a scene look a little bit more interesting. So let's get into why or ways you would use this slider here. So first thing you would use it for is to establish a location. You would actually use it to reveal a scene, or like I said a few seconds ago, you would use it to actually make a static scene a little bit more dynamic with a little bit of movement. So that's why a lot of people use these things and why people love them so much. Now, it is really cool that they are making them a lot smaller. This is now this is not the only system that I've seen this small. There are other companies out there that make them this small, but this one is, well, I just kind of decided to go with Rhino Rov Pro because it's simple. Like literally, it's simple. It's a one-button system that doubles as the battery indicator. That's it. No external remotes, no external wires. You don't have to put it together. It is one complete system. So if anyone is looking to get, I say, a slider, and this is going to be your first one, I highly would recommend something simple like this. Now, you don't have to go with Rhino, but I would recommend going with this because it's really a sleek design, really sturdy product. It doesn't feel like it's going to break in your hand. It's really, I'm assuming this is a really like high quality aluminum because it feels like a really, you know, sturdy aluminum here. Now, this thing is controlled by an app, and I've seen other reviews and people are talking about how they wish they had some other external controls, but this is 2019. Everything is an app, so I don't understand what people are complaining about. All the other brands that have sliders this side are controlled by apps. And that's what actually makes it a little bit more appealing for me. I don't need to carry an extra controller. And in the case of this one in particular, I don't need to carry an external battery. Everything is built inside. This is controlled by Bluetooth. So again, you will need an app. This is completely rechargeable. The battery is built inside of this beautiful machine here. Now it does come with a micro USB charger. And again, you do charge it up. So battery life on this bad boy will last you about 24 hours. And that's actually pretty cool given how small I'm assuming the batteries are. And I don't know which side the battery is on, but it has to be a small battery and you're able to get 24 hours of use out of it. Now, when it comes to the app, it is extremely easy. I mean, by far the easiest app I've ever seen in my life when it comes to any type of camera equipment, because I use the app with the Ronin S and it can get a little complicated because you have so much stuff you can adjust. This one, no adjustments. Well, there's few adjustments. You can adjust the duration and the ramp. That's basically it. And you have live motion and time lapse. That's basically it. But everything is super straightforward. So what I want to do right now is jump right into the app and kind of give you a rundown of how the app works. So let me just grab my phone. All right, so let me turn this bad boy on. Now, to get to this app, all you have to do obviously is go to your app store, if that's iOS or Android, whatever you like. I know at one point they did not have this app for Android, but I'm almost positive they have it now. So there are two different ways you can use this system. Now this system is actually designed for anything as small as a smartphone and up to anything as large as a mirrorless camera or DSLR. Now, anything over that, you're on your own, because this has a load capacity of about 5 pounds. So that's basically your mirrorless camera and some DSLRs. Now I have the Sony a7 III with the G Master 24-70 lens. Now that is a little bit heavier than 5 pounds, but this system doesn't seem to have an issue on a flat surface. Now I have noticed when I've put it on a slight incline with the weight of my a7 III here, it does, I don't want to say struggle, but it's a little slower going down. Now going up completely fine, but going down on the incline, it's like this system doesn't trust the weight. So just keep that in mind when you are, if you decide to buy this system here. Now, okay, let's get back to the app. So it's very simple. Again, you use your smartphone or you can use your mirrorless camera or DSLR. We're gonna use the camera. We're just gonna hit connect. Again, it takes only about 2 minutes to connect the actual app to the system, to the Rhino Rov Pro. And then you're all set. It actually does everything for you. It asks you to connect. That's it. Super, super simple. Make sure you have your Bluetooth on when you're trying to set this thing up. Don't forget. So, okay, let's jump into the app. It is really super, super simple. We're gonna start at the top. You have your live motion. And basically what your live motion is live motion going back and forth and all that stuff. And then you have your time lapse. Now the cool thing about the time lapse is you can actually control your camera with this app, but you do need to buy the shutter release cable. Now unfortunately it does not come with this system. You have to buy it separate, but being that this is called the Rhino Rov Pro and you get so much already in the package, I don't understand why they wouldn't have just put that in there, but that's just me. I don't understand anyways. Okay, so let's jump back over to live motion and I'll show you here. So you have basically 2 controls, well 3 controls. You can actually dictate which direction it goes with the, if you see here it says move to home or move to in. So I'll press move to in and I can actually start my motion from the left or your right and go over to the left. Or the right, sorry, or your left. It doesn't matter. Okay, so again, I can press go home because where the button is right here, you will see that is where it considers home. I can control duration, and the great thing about this system, it is like no learning curve whatsoever. It actually gives you in detail what exactly everything is. So it actually spells out what the duration is. Adjust time it takes for the rove to reach the traveling end. Straightforward, I mean, super simple. Ramp, it tells you exactly what the ramp is, and basically what the ramp is, it adjusts the speed, it adjusts how fast this actual slider gets up to speed. So it's really, really cool. Like, it tells you, if you don't know anything about sliders, you will definitely be able to pick this up in less than 2 minutes and be on your way. It's super, super compact. Now the length of this bad boy here is 17 inches. Now that is not travel length. Now the travel length on this is about 8 inches. So you have 8 inches of track to travel back and forth to get your sliding shots. Now there are 2 different versions of this one here, of the Rov Pro. Now I mentioned the Rov Pro because there's actually a different one. There's the Rov Mobile, and we'll get into that one in 1 second. But the Rov, there's 2 different versions of the Rov Pro. There is the EveryDay, which is the one that I have, and then there is the Traveler. Now the Traveler is about 25 inches, and you're only gonna get about 16 inches of travel track. So big difference in length. I actually prefer this one because it's really small and compact, and I feel like I'll be able to take it everywhere and use it every day. So yeah, guys. And the last feature I do want to mention before we move over to the phone part is the loop, and this is on the phone part too. Loop is basically saying that it's going to constantly move until either the battery dies or you tell it to stop through the phone. Now, the other great thing about this, although you do need your phone, the app actually does not need to be open for this system to continue to work. It will continue to work even if you disconnect from the app and say your phone dies. It will continue getting the shot until it's completely done. Or in the case of a loop, you just have to turn it off and it will stop. Okay, so let's see. Let me switch over 1 second. So let's switch over to the phone. Now, in my opinion, this is where this system shines. Like, it is like no other. I don't even think any other phone has this, or any other slider has this. Now, the cool part about this one, when you actually put it on the phone settings, your phone turns into an actual camera. You are able to control the ISO, shutter speed, and white balance. That is completely like, now that is completely awesome. Like, this turns into a legitimate camera. I can control everything. Unlike the actual camera itself, when you don't have this app open, you can't really control. Everything's kind of automatic in a way. So, and the cool thing is I can actually change the frame rate. I actually didn't know that. So right now I am in video mode, and so I can switch to time lapse. Now, the time lapse is really cool too, because actually I can control the slider itself, and I can actually control how long the time lapse is, how fast everything goes. Like, anything that has to do with the time lapse, it works in sync with the phone and the shutter and gets your time lapse. So that is really cool. So what comes in the box? So again, I have the Rhino Rov Pro. Now, if you get the Rhino Rov Pro, and this is the everyday edition, you get this. Now, this actually comes with the Traveler too, because it's basically the same system. So you get the mobile phone holder, you get the quick release ball head for any mirrorless camera or your DSLR. You basically simply pop the top off by the quick release button here, and this actually screws in on the bottom of your camera. And then you actually get, which I thought was really cool, you get an ND filter for your phone. Now, this is actually the first ever ND filter I've ever had, period. So I thought it was cool. It's a veritable ND filter that you snap on your phone, like so. You just boom, and you're all set. And you do your adjustments and all that stuff. So if I was to recommend buying between the mobile and the Pro, I would definitely say get the Pro, because they have the Pro and the mobile in both lengths. With the mobile, you're basically just getting that, and that's not really future-proof. Now, of course, you can buy the ball head separately for an extra 40 or 50 bucks. And actually, I'm not even sure if it comes with the ND filter. I have to go back and double check. But I know for sure the mobile one comes with the mobile phone holder there. Now, to actually use these ball heads and mobile holder here, mobile cell phone holder here, is very simple. You basically just screw it on top, and you are all done. That simple. Again, guys, that's why I love this one so much. It's super simple. I don't have to put anything together. Everything is basically in one piece. You basically take it out, charge it up, because I think it comes like halfway charged. So you just basically take it out the box, make sure it's charged, download the app, connect the app, and you're done. And if you want to use time lapse on any of your mirrorless or DSLRs, make sure you buy the cable, shutter cable release, or the oh, I can't even say it right. The shutter release cable. Sorry. So yeah, if you want to use the time-lapse feature on your camera, you have to buy the shutter release cable. So thank you guys for watching. I'm very excited about this product. You're gonna see a lot of new cool things in some videos, some more movement, maybe some time lapses, I'm not sure. But I know that anyone that uses a time lapse in their YouTube video, we kind of get called out for stealing Casey's style, but who cares at this point? I'm gonna use it. I have a really cool slider. It's really compact. So I'll see you guys in the next video.